One in Steadfast Presence can be very frustrating for a Kai'Sa, so you can understand it.
Yeah, good into Vi as well. Decent at mitigating Nautilus and just very tanky early on, especially compared to the Nautilus.
As Delight is just being annoying here. Takes a buckler to the noggin. Is okay, let's see whether Zeus can survive this one. The flash out from Lehens. And the fully charged up turret is a bit dangerous, but it should get a little bit less excited. And there it is. First blood going over to Gio. And meanwhile, on the other side, over towards these grubs now to see whether they can deny that feat of strength. As Gio going to get smashed into the wall, actually taking a lot of damage. Ignite coming down. No Steadfast Presence was available, but the flash in. And Delight is just going to solo kill him, basically. I think that was like 1 or 2 autos. You were saying even more dire. I think this fits the category as the Nature's Grasp comes through. Oh, unfortunately, they both get caught. It's pick your poison as far as who you want to take down, but Delight is dead as the turret is going to take him out. And now Peanut is going to get revenge, but the turret is also getting revenge. And so I guess, Gio, welcome back. I think they're going to look for it. Vault Breaker to come through as Kingen throws down the ulti just to try and clear out some minions, but Gideon just going to die. Kingen also going to die on the other side, as we can see here. And Zeus says some grubbies being considered here by Nongshim, as well as Peanut going to move on over. Does find the Nature's Grasp, but the public execution into that back line. Peanut pretty tanky though, and now Viper is there to deliver the damage. Lehens going down lower and lower, and Fisher is basically out of the fight. The double knockup from Zekka as he dives forward. He's going to find another one, actually giving a double kill over to Viper, who's on 5. Remember, this guy hasn't died all season.
And half of that is between the 80 carries. And, you know,
2.2k. It was.
Let's just amp it up. There's an extra
set of grubs. And Gideon is going to be able to secure this. So first Dragon going over to Nongshim.
Positive mindset.
No, I don't think so either, because it means that, like, because it used to be that the top side of the screen was where all the bad stuff was happening, and the bottom side you can just ignore the other side, and it's fine. That teleport was actually hilarious. As okay, Zekka going hyper aggressive, and there's Delight again. Gio able to get himself out of the way, but it's not good enough. And what the heck? This puppy is still going. Decides he doesn't even need to press already. It's going to be out of turret secured by HLE. Peanut thought that he was needed, but he was. This turret is given up. Although Zekka can unbind the soul, look to clear out the wave. And it's going to be a tough one. As okay, there's a cease and desist as the public execution comes through. The flash out from Zekka. Let's see whether. No, he's not going to stay alive. That is just a lot of commitment and a lot of damage as HLE looking to answer on the other side.
Yeah, a little bit overconfident. His ult came up literally 2 seconds after he died.
Oh, God.
So if he had that, maybe he could have gotten away. But yeah, the flash vial is really Gideon saying, I've had enough. I'm sick of your shenanigans. And they will be able to get a tower and an objective bounty out of this. Positives?
Yep, there is that. That is. They did lose an inner turret on the top side of the map, so maybe that goes
racking up the bounty right now.
In the meantime, Viper is 2.9.
Those drive-by teleports.
That's so fun.
I feel like it's Peanut.
Peanut is just having some fighting. The rest of the team not fighting. As hi Shelly, welcome. Didn't see you there. But she is going to be able to help take down that inner turret. And another one is going down on the bottom side of the map. As Peanut could be... No, is he going to be in trouble? That's the question. As Viper's going to come on over. There's the flash out. Cease and desist will kill him. But Gideon's going to go down as well. And now the fight is really broken out. And Nongshim want nothing more of this. But the flash forward comes in. And Zeus says, no, 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 no. We are fighting. The all-out comes in. Trades for the killer instinct. As Jiu's going to be able to try and do something here. Flashes. Oh, the Void Seeker was almost enough, but another heroic charge is going to be the end of him as public execution, and somehow Zeus is still alive. Oh, get that. It needs to be back in the chat again. I know that we called for it before. God. Fisher couldn't do, like, he couldn't do any of his buttons because Zeus, you can get that blood pedal. That's value.
That's, the flank.
Oh, God, wait, maybe it's working. Maybe it's working. It's a TP over the wall from Kingen. Lehens, he's turned up. I mean, Gideon's already dead. They dive in on top of Viper. A whole bunch of buttons are pressed, but he has the... Oh, he stole it! And he stole it! Kingen picks it up! And they managed to take down Viper there as well. The damage... They're getting K'Sante! Oh, God, they're getting mega K'Sante. But the Yone's dead, and the K'Sante does finally actually die. And they don't really die themselves. Sometimes decides that a smite is just not worth hitting. He'd rather kill the champions, and that is precisely what they're going to look to do now as Bramble Smash pushes Lehens under the turret. He is going to go back home. They're going to get some money for that one. as they send a couple back, in fact.
Is just charge into the tower against Maokai Poppy and die.
And it's
I want to make that clear.
Okay. Kingen throws down the ulti. There's a public execution as they get underneath the turret. That's another cease and desist, and Viper is on the floor once again. Zeus is also dead as Delight, the next one on the chopping block. As Fisher, yeah, he's just going to be sent home. The ulti comes forward from Zeka, but doesn't find the target, which was Gideon. He's going to jump onto Jiwoo, though, and he is going to be sent home. As Lance comes back, he really dies if he does go down. The anchor is going to be avoided. And Nongshim have brought this game back to within 2,000 gold.
I mean, they've gotten so much value out of this, you know.
Execution and then everything else in the kitchen sink, as Peanut's going to get engaged on one more time. Getting
damage half, that's when he's got to be concerned. But
HLE are looking a little bit frightened about how this one's going, as there's the ulti forward, giving Fisher a bit of his own medicine as a twisted advance to lock him in place. There are the feats going over, but HLE have taken down the mid laner, and they're looking for a Baron now as an opportunity.
Yeah, very weird to hit 25 minutes Baron spawn, and that's when feats come through. But now down Fisher, no TP as well, so it's a long time before he can be here. HLE are starting the Baron.
Well, Viper's going to get hit by that one. Keeper's Verdict gets rid of Lehens, which is a large amount of their engage. I think staying on the Baron sounds like a good idea here for HLE, but they do back away. HLE need to get in here. It's down to 50% health. Voidseeker this time is going to miss. And now the teleport's coming in. The Baron's extremely low as Delight goes in. It is going to be the Baron secured by Nongshim, but the ulti into the backline from Zeka might be the end of Gideon. No, Blast Cone is going to make sure that that one does not happen. And they'll keep a few of these Barons alive, and maybe if you're Nongshim, you just
plan to take this mid inhibitor tower. And I think if that goes down, you start to feel less okay.
I'm going to say that it's probably worth for HLE at this point in time, as taking this inhibitor going to provide them with a whole lot of strength in this lead.
Getting a lot. Viper does have the GA and is starting to pick up some armor pen. I mean, there wasn't that much armor on the other side. Still want it.
Thrown into the washing machine over and over again. And probably just wants to not let that Wombo come to the smites. So if Gideon can get in there and make them nervous, it could be a tough one. He just flashes in! They dive on top of the Xayah, who does go down to the GA pretty immediately. And now Fisher's in amongst it. Kingen trying to get out of there. The problem is, Viper comes back alive. And then they threw their kitchen sink, and Viper said, I don't mind. That's actually okay. We'll take the objective.
Yeah, the GA buy really paying off there.
Yeah, I would say that like this is where you should probably have a look at the inventories. I don't know whether they would have made the same play, as that buffer was kind of cute, but Lance is still going to die. Viper going to be able to take down his dangerous one as, yep, there's the Keeper's Verdict from the shadows, and Kingen's now out of the fight. That is going to be a free Baron, because they also had the Nature's
as undesirable as possible for the Vi, but there's still just not really a better target unless Zeka massively misplays all his moves.
This turret is very dead.
Yeah, they're going for the long flank here.
Can they do that before the Nexus explodes? That's the big question, as even HLE are a bit confused about where Gideon is as he walks over the wards now. All right, charging up that Vault Breaker. Will be able to get in, but Delight just says, no, my friend, that is not going to happen. The ulti through from Zeka there as well. Blastcone's kind of frustrating as now everyone's piling in. Viper goes golden, but he's in amongst so many bad guys, gets a big shield, and he has already ulted, but he kills two of them on his way out. It's Lehens that poetically gets the kill, but it is still the end of the game as HLE will march down this bottom lane and look to take down the turrets.
You know, the miracle Arakan steal kept them in the game, but Nongshim just can't do enough. The peel available to HLE, they shut down the flank attempt from Gideon, and even though Viper does go down in the end, enough damage is done, and HLE will claim their first Nexus of the series.
Yep. You can see that, you know, the spirits were not too down on the side of Nongshim. Kingen having a bit of a giggle here. I think they knew that they were gifted another chance in this game. Didn't quite get there. Viper was first, but nah, he's going to lux it. There we go.
Okay, so one of the things here is I think when Nongshim locked in the Lucian Nami, you went into that like, we need to lane swap. Because already, you know, playing the Rumble, the Galio will play Arakan and the solo queue Arakan.
Yeah, maybe it's just a different game. As Peanut
explode quickly if you get some free time on the tower. But for now, I think Nongshim can be okay. Build early MR, and you're still getting toasted by Rumble.
Well, Hens is not having a great time, as Peanut is fighting into 3 people. Does have that Crescent Guard like we were talking about. Final Spark misses onto Lehens somehow. Latest first blood.
15 minutes and 5 seconds.
Ooh, so we're getting close.
Yeah, like as soon as the timer passed, everyone starts fighting.
Yeah,
like,
I think that must have been it. They're like, we're going to break this one.
They're like saying in all chat, guys, give it 20 seconds. Just wait 20 seconds. As soon as it passes, like, boom, lock in.
Well, they all locked in and didn't really achieve what they wanted to achieve. That is going to be second Drake going on over, and it's a Hextech Soul.
It was quite consistent with like rounded numbers. It just feels like you get random numbers of gold.
Ooh, Taunt should be connecting here onto Dew. He is going to...
No, I could...
I'm thinking it's like... Otacon is just going down.
Oh, this could be it!
Oh no! Viper and Delight both just cooked together, and there it is! First blood at 2050! And it's Kingin that takes down Delight. Zeka now looking to try and stop them from taking this Otacon down, as Peanut going to be pushed away. Wind becomes lightning coming on in there. Fisher down relatively low. They get rid of the Azir. But Zeus comes in. That is going to keep Peanut alive. Viper fighting against King, and there are a lot of traps all over the ground. And Nongshim, they give up on the Fisher here. It's looking super effective. As now we've got another fight, as Peanut getting absolutely slaughtered. Gets himself a decent shield though, and in fact his ultimate's going to be coming up very, very soon. King in, getting low as Viper grabs it with a Peacemaker. That was adorable. Peanut going to get spotted out here as Viper's going to need to flash over. He does so. Light Binding not going to connect as now Jiu way too far up, but there's the knock up from Peanut. That is going to spell his death as now the flash in, the two-man taunt, and Zeka scoops them all up. HLE, I mean, they may not have got first blood, but they killed the rest of them.
When it rains, it pours. When we get some kills coming in, HLE clean up, and we'll get that third Dragon of a Hextech Soul, which is pretty rough for Nongshim. They may have been the one. I think you have to include Bristle because it'd be very weird if Sejuani was just walking around on her.
All right, Lens. Okay, isn't the hole not going to connect? Well, actually it does.
Probably.
Because nothing else happened prior to that. As Lens, he could die, but there is Gideon in the vicinity, and Zeka needs to go golden. Are enough traps going to be going down here as Emperor's Divide delivers a pig towards Delight and Viper. That equalizer actually, these turrets, which is providing a little bit of an issue. Delight immediately flashing out, and I don't even know whether that's going to be enough. Saved is... Okay, Peanut coming on in. Let's see whether he can cause some sort of ruckus as Gideon already going down low. Zeka splits up the fight, but there's a lot of damage from Fisher here. The tidal wave helping out really well. But Gideon goes down first. And now the heroic exit there from Zeus. But they're all on the barbecue! And they just back away as Otacon is left to the Wolves. Or they're going for like a re-engage. I have no idea, but they're sort of still here and sort of not. Zeus has teleport, and so he can make his way back if they would like him to be there. And now they're just going to get gifted Otacon. No, he's going to reset. This is so weird. That was so strange. I have no idea what just happened there, but it was, I think, okay for HLE. Kingin moving in, doesn't have equalizer for the next little while.
Zeka's coming back, he hex-gated.
Yeah.
He's hex-gating again.
Oh, he's getting on in there. There's the taunt. It's going to connect onto Kingin, but he is able to cook them. Takes down the smite. That is absolutely huge as now Zeka gets out of the way of the culling, but it's not enough to save the Gargoyle. That's because Bro are the best team in Korea. We knew that from the Casper Cup.
Yeah, I mean, they are the Casper Cup champions. Yeah, so a lot of focus on the Gideon to get rid of the smite, and I mean, it is successful in the end.
Because they may as well. Peanut, if he can steal it away, certainly still incredibly valuable, as Hextech Soul was, I believe, secured by HLE in the meantime as well, so that is going to be a whole lot of power, especially with the Caitlyn, my goodness. As Jiwoo leading the charges. Yeah, what? I don't think they can't technically die, but Viper won't need that many shots.
Oh, the Hextech
in order
Soul.
to do it. So annoying. Yeah, Bazinga. All right, in goes Peanut. It's a Gargoyle delivery system as they knock up Kingin and evict him from the area. Emperor's Divide connects onto a couple. Everyone is sent packing. And yeah, you may not necessarily die, but you give over 400. Dealing a lot of damage. Oh man, Zeka going to be able to move towards his top side, utilize these Barons, and yeah, these ace in the holes starting to hurt. Still has another point to put in that one, I believe. As Jew, oh yeah, he still had the buff, so he may as well take a ticket home. Oh yeah, 4 of them now on CD, and Fisher is doing his best to put his on CD as much as possible. As HLE are just going to continue marching forward because their health bars have not been changed. Because now, connected to every attack, they now have basically an ultimate ability that slows down everyone in an AoE. It's just nutty. This Hextech...
Your whole team is slowed.
Yeah. or the turret just explodes.
That works too.
My goodness. Okay, yeah. Caitlyn doing some damage as Viper is going to be able to finish off the inhibitor. It's a bit of a fake out.
It is approaching.
Yeah. Well,
there he goes.
He's going to press his ultimate button. Fisher is desperately trying to get himself a kill as the equalizer comes through. There's a heroic exit that is going to be interrupted, and HLE get themselves out of there.
You know, he nearly got. He did get Peanut below half health.
He did.
Nearly got Zeus below half
And he
health.
made it so that Peanut had to move from where he was going to be otherwise.
True. Oh, they make it mid tier 1.
Oh, in trade
no,
for an inhibitor top lane.
They gave up on it. They don't want it anymore.
Okay, then maybe they don't actually have to give away their inhibitor top lane. As Delight also taking way too much damage here. Fisher has come through to do an auto attack. That was cool. Teleport is going to bring Zeus into the fold though. And him as far as the front line is concerned is looking pretty dangerous. These final sparks not doing as much damage as, yeah.
Trying to reset, but it's just there. For sure.
Okay. Zekka's going to be able to make his way through Final Spark just to get some vision. As now Zekka and Zeus are going to turn up together. This angle is terrifying. Lucency.
Ow.
What the heck was that damage? That's, I guess, Viper with 4 items. Did finish that Bloodthirst that we were talking about before. The line of traps comes in as Peanut gets out of there. Does soak the ultimate as the tidal wave is going to stop Delight from walking further forward. But they're using all of these buttons defensively. They're going to not have them for when the fight starts in earnest. Fisher teleports back. It's your time, Corky. It's time to find a win. This is where we do all the damage. This is where we steal the Elder. This is where maybe you just lose as they're teleporting into the base.
Oh, the base,
to end the game.
Kingen needs to go. He's the one with TP.
Well, Nexus turret 1 is dead. Nexus turret number 2 is dead. Fisher is almost dead. Lehens is, in fact, dead. There's a knock-up onto Gideon as they're just diving forward. They're going to win the team fight and the game at the same time as it's a double to come down for Viper. And Fisher is likely to not die. Wait, he's dead. I said likely to not die. I meant the other way around. As Zekka is wanting to kill Kingen, his ex-teammate, before actually killing the Nexus. I think he ran out of minion wave there as well. But he's just going to follow him. And Super is going to help out. And thumbs up occurring all over the place. Oh, the scrap shield!
He's scrappy.
And the minions, they get it done in the end as well as Leandri's. And so that is going to be Zekka going golden. Didn't time it quite right as HLE are delaying as best they can. And that is going to be the 2. Nongshim. I mean, they gave it a crack. They actually did a fair bit of damage here. You can see that the damage graph is very similar outside of Kingen doing a whole lot more, but he is a Rumble. But look at that goal graph, man. It's like we started the game. We literally started the game at 22 minutes.
Yeah, you can't, it's just invisible,
yeah.
You know? That's just, I mean, basically we did. Basically, we did start the game at 22 minutes.
We did. I'm surprised that the damage dealt pre-14 minutes is actually larger, as Viper is going to get it in the end. I'm with you. I think that there was some illegality there, but perhaps, you know, the Korean side didn't hustle. Well, not that we've ever had, but that we've had so far in 2025, and it is above 20 minutes. It's going to take a while for us to get a new one of those.
When I saw that damage on the Hens, I was thinking it was like that thing I said, where like not much action happens, everyone just farms up, and then you hit a late game fight, and suddenly you get a one shot of nowhere.
Yeah, that did happen.
That did happen. That's a Caitlyn thing too. And look, I'm gonna be blunt with it. HLE, definitely some things to work on. Considering the strength of this roster and the fact that they are the reigning summer champions, I think there is still a higher expectation. But at the end of the day, they got the 2-0. Another point for Group Baron, closing that gap a little bit.
Yeah, 5-9 now as well. In fact, Elder losing both of their matches today.
Yep, so, you know, maybe comebackable.
Yeah, comebackable is indeed exactly the term that I was going to use, although I'm not normally that scientific with my wordplay. Zekka, yeah, not looking too enthused, right? It's not one of those games where you're, like, ultra celebrating afterwards. I think Viper had a really good day. His Caitlyn was very, very strong, as well as his Xayah game that, you know, he had some hiccups.
Yeah.
But he played the early game exceptionally well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, like, I'll be real. When it's Viper, my standards are very high. So when he, like, dies without ulting once on Xayah, I'm like, I don't know. But generally...
Who got the POM for you then?
I gave it to Zekka.
All right.
I think the Yone game was really good. I think Azir, he was solid.
Maybe my expectations for Zeka's Yone are way too high.
He got that sick triple knockup.
He did get that sick triple knockup.
He had a lot of pressure. I just think, like, I can't give it to Peanut because of the whole Yadakan incident.
Yeah.
I can't give it to Viper because the whole didn't ult and died incident.
There's a few incidents that rules people out.
The Light had infinitely more deaths than anyone else in this game.
He did.
And
for so long as well.
And Zeus played Cassante.
Yeah, that's
and then Galio, no, I cannot condone.
So this is Delight not getting POM, as we can see here in this highlight. And the rest of the plays, Delight actually lands quite a few key Qs and stuff like that.
He played pretty good, but he had infinitely more deaths.
Infinitely more deaths than everyone else.
Can't argue with it, you know?
And he also missed that ultimate in the river that was weird. That was
true.
really nicely played by Viper in that moment, connecting the net for the guaranteed headshot. And Jiwoo almost had enough damage to be the absolute hero.
You know, I feel like if Lucian Army was still really strong like it was like however many years ago, he would have just killed everyone.
Yeah.
But it's not, and it isn't.
They didn't. Yeah. This was Zeka getting completely trolled by Lehens. And then himself at the same time.
I don't want to talk about this because this kind of
this goes against the POM.
POM.
So does that like contribute to the illegality of the whole situation or no? As this fight was definitely all HLE the whole time.
Yeah.
Nice little sweep there from Zeka as well. As this was to get rid of all of the Otacon buffs as Lehens takes.
Just a very free Hextech Soul, you know. It's kind of like we have that Chemtech Soul vibe when neither team cares for such a long time. This kind of felt like, oh guys, we just have Hextech. It just appeared.
Look at that, isn't that cool?
You know, Jace just he had those little rocks. He's in his lab and he just comes out and like, I guess we'll have Hextech now.
Yeah,
that's
he discovered it, but it was earlier in the season than we were expecting. Or
yeah, it's like, oh, already?
Yeah.
We had like a whole pop point.
And we thought he was going to share it with the people because Jace is a good guy, but no. The monopoly is there for HLE.
And that transition from I don't want to be used as a weapon to using it as a weapon went very fast.
It did. I just
He's
feel
like, hey, Caitlyn, you got a sniper.
The plot progressed so fast.
Very quickly. It feels like they condensed Season 1 and Season 2 into a single game.
It was a great synopsis, but I just didn't know it was a synopsis. That's
it's like there's people who are like, oh, I watched it. Like, you're like, oh, have you seen Arcane? No, but I watched, someone summarized it on YouTube in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I watched the YouTube video explaining it so that I could talk about it with my friends.
So you didn't watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
didn't watch it. Like chronically, you know?